My name's Maggie.
Hi, Maggie. You can go ahead and take a seat. Make yourself comfortable. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Good. Thanks for asking.
Good.
So first off, I'm going to start telling you a little bit about myself. I am a senior here at the University of Kentucky studying family science with a minor in Spanish, and I'll be graduating in May. So for this session, payment's going to be completely free because I am still a student. And eventually I would like to go on and go to grad school and receive a master's in child life and become a child life specialist.
Cool.
Working with kids in the hospital. There's just a few things I would like to go over with you before we start.
Okay.
So whatever you say during these sessions is going to stay between you and I. We're going to keep your confidentiality. I want to know that I respect your privacy. I want to keep what we say here between you and me. There are a few exceptions to that. If I was to suspect that there's any abuse or neglect going on, if anything you said indicated those, then I would have to report it to the appropriate authorities, or if anything you disclosed indicated that you might be a danger to yourself or others, I would also have to seek out help for that. And the only other circumstance would be if the court requests your information for any reason, but I don't suspect that being a problem. So those are just a few of the confidentiality guidelines. My job here is just to keep a professional relationship with you and just provide encouragement and listening, and really just make these sessions about what you want to get out of them. So that is my job for you. I'd love to hear more about yourself if you wouldn't mind just telling me about yourself.
Yeah, of course. I'm also a senior at EK, and I graduate in December.
That's exciting.
I can't wait. I'm so ready. So ready. I'm studying family sciences, and I'm getting a minor in Spanish. And after that, I hope to go to grad school and get a master's in counseling.
Okay.
Yeah, and then become a professional therapist. I don't know if I'll do marriage and family or biblical counseling. I'm not really sure yet. It's kind of all up in the air. But I'm excited about it. Let's see, I'm from Lexington, and I have 2 big sisters and a dog that I love. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. But the reason I wanted to come in today was to talk to you just about, like, as I'm getting ready to graduate, I guess, like, I'm just super overbooked right now. My schedule is just jam-packed, and so I'm just, like, super overwhelmed because, so up until January, I was a hospitality management major. I wanted to be an event planner. Well, not anymore, but I did. And so I changed my major to family sciences, and so because I changed it so late in the game and, like, graduating 2 semesters later, I have to take a lot of hours.
Okay.
So I took a lot of hours in the spring, took summer classes all summer, and now I'm taking 19 hours this fall. So it's like, I've been in school year round, so I'm, like, super unmotivated right now. So I have just a lot of classwork going on, but then I'm also working 3 jobs. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And so I'm just, like, super stressed out, and yeah, I'm just having trouble, like, coping with the anxiety, I guess.
From what you said, it sounds like you are very busy. And would I be correct in saying that you might feel, like, a little burnt out with all of your obligations, just kind of, like, really tired and exhausted?
Very tired.
I can imagine. It sounds like you're going. So could you tell me a little bit more about, like, what a week for you looks like? I know you mentioned you have 3 jobs. Just kind of, like, the timeline for those.
Yeah.
Can you fit that in with school?
Yeah. Sorry. I also work with kids, and I've caught their viruses, so it's fine. But so I live on campus. My parents live in Lexington, but I live on campus, and I'm on staff at a dorm that doubles as a campus ministry.
Okay.
So I live there and I work there.
Wow.
My technical job title is Associate Director of Staff Development and Discipleship, which means that I help with the leadership team. It's nothing glamorous. And so I guess in like a typical week, I live at the Wesley. And so I have classes Monday through Friday. They're pretty much all in the morning, early afternoon. But then when I go home, home is work. And so like I kind of work 24/7, it feels like. And then in the afternoons, I go to my second job, which is an after-school care program.
Okay.
And so that's working with kids, and I really, really love doing that. And so then when I get back from that, I go back to the Wesley, which is home, but it's work, and so there's that weird line. And then my third job is I'm planning this lovely lady's wedding. My mentor is her relative, and so my mentor asked me to plan it for her. And so, like, of course I said yes, but I'm kind of regretting it at this point, but it's not really something I can back out of, you know what I mean?
It sounds like you were very booked up.
Yes.
Your jobs are very different.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like they're all pretty emotionally engaging. Do you feel like you are like emotionally drained coming home from all of those, or that it takes like some more energy out of you because they're all such high energy jobs?
Yeah, for sure. At the Wesley, it's like when I try to go to sleep at night, like someone will come and knock on the door and be like, hey, I'm locked out of my room, or like, hey, I need this, or hey, there's like someone weird trying to come in, or like whatever. It's always something different. Hey, I accidentally set off the fire alarm. But so that's definitely like, I guess just more even mentally draining than emotionally. It's just kind of exhausting. And then working with the kids, I don't know. Like, if there was something to go from my schedule, I think it would be that. But also, it's like such a bright spot in my day. I don't know. They're so refreshing, and they're so pure, and they ask all these questions, and they're so curious, and like the questions they ask, the answers that you give them, they're hearing that for the first time, and it's so amazing to me. But yeah, I don't know. So I guess that's pretty draining too, though, because like for most of the day we go outside and like run around, or they go to the gym if it's rainy out, and so yeah, I guess drained is a pretty good word to describe it.
Well, it sounds like you feel very fulfilled from your job working with the kids, so that's amazing. It sounds from like what you're saying that you're really passionate about kids. Is that something you would want to work with in the future? Like doing therapy with children?
Perhaps. I would probably like to do like marriage and family therapy. Because, or I don't know, just like broader, because I was raised in this like super close-knit family, and like my parents like always like preached to me like family's the most important thing, like life is about relationships, like this is where you invest. And they would always be like, you can't take that test grade to heaven, but you can take people, so that's where you invest. Which is good, because of course they encouraged me to work hard and stuff, but like at the end of the day they wanted me to have my priorities right. So I don't know, I think that just like my upbringing has made me really passionate about families specifically. So like that would involve working with kids. But I don't know, I also think that like marriage relationships are very interesting. Not that I would know anything about them, but you never know.
Very cool. So you mentioned earlier you were feeling some anxiety about just all your obligations. So, you said you're excited about graduation. Do you think that some of that anxiety might be relieved once you graduate and kind of lose some of the commitment maybe to the Wesley, or since you won't be living there anymore?
Mm-hmm. So, right now I'm technically part-time at the Wesley, but because I live there, it's, probably a 50-hour week kind of deal. But, yeah, when I graduate, that'll help a lot because I'll go back to being full-time at the Wesley, but I'm going to move back home with my parents. So it'll be like you clock in and you clock out kind of deal. So that'll be really nice because, like, right now I can't clock out. But yeah, I think it'll help a lot just because school will be not happening till grad school, and then I'll still probably work at the after school care program. I'll still be planning the girls' wedding because the wedding isn't till May, and then I'll be working full time at the Wesley. But it'll just be nice to be able to leave and like go home at night and see my dog.
You mentioned that you love your dog. Can you tell us more about him?
Yeah, his name is Sammy. After Samwise Gamgee. I love Lord of the Rings.
Very cute. I also love Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, and he is a golden retriever, and his birthday's coming up.
Oh, how old is he going to be?
He's going to be 12. His birthday is November 7th, but he has melanoma, so he doesn't have much longer with us, but he's my pride and joy. I love him very dearly. He's also a bright spot, like when I go home at the end of the day kind of deal.
Yeah, I love that he brings you so much joy, and you obviously care a lot about him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really sorry that he's going through that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you're appreciating the time you have.
For sure.
With him.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we've got about 5 minutes left in our session. Is there anything else that you want to talk about? Grad school or just any other thoughts?
Yeah, I guess like something else that's kind of adding to my stress is just like not really knowing what I'm doing in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Because also like on top of like all the homework and stuff I have to do, I really need to be applying for grad schools right now too because my parents aren't going to help me out like financially with that. They'll let me live at home, which is nice. But I guess just like I'm not really finding much time to work on those applications, and I really need to get them in now because the sooner the better as far as from financial aid standpoint. I did my FAFSA though, so that's good.
Step in the right direction for sure.
Yeah. But it's just like every day that goes by, it's like, oh no, like I needed to get this in because I'll get better scholarships. That's why I'm not starting in January. I'm starting next fall.
Okay.
Just because of the distribution of scholarships and financial aid. So, I guess that's just kind of contributing to it, I guess.
Alrighty. Well, it sounds like you've thought a lot about it and you've got a good game plan. It's just sort of the struggle of finding time in your schedule to kind of make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
So is there anything that you like to do to kind of de-stress or like an outlet? I know you mentioned that you're feeling a little bit anxious and stressed out and that home kind of doubles as work for you right now. So what are some things that you do to unwind that you really enjoy?
I like to sing and play the piano.
Ooh, nice. So do you do any choirs here or?
I'm in women's choir at UK.
Wow, so that sounds like a great outlet to kind of brighten up your day.
Mm-hmm.
Spot. So I think that we made an awesome start. Thank you for sharing what you're going through right now and just kind of letting me learn more about your life. We can keep talking about this next week, and maybe you'll have some updates for grad school or just more improvements on how to like de-stress and maybe take some time for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I really admire how dedicated you are to all of your areas. It sounds like you're really, really busy, but you have such a really like positive attitude about the Wesley and about your kids that you work with. And even though this wedding might not be your favorite, it sounds like you are giving it the time that it needs. So I just want to congratulate you on that. I know that's something that's really hard to do.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So this time next week be okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, I will walk you out. Do you have any more questions before we go, or any concerns?
I don't think so, but thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming in. It was so nice to meet
And
you.
nice to meet you too.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too.